Hey, I'm Ray Talabas II. Shooting another special cigar review. The first I've done since 2021, and it's already November of 2022. So yeah, it's been a while. Had a lot of things to think about, and just never got around to shooting another cigar review, but it's the holidays, and I thought, well, what better time than to go ahead and shoot another cigar review for the holidays. So this will be a special edition, and it will be concerning holidays, and maybe cigars that go with the holidays, the winter holidays. Uh, so anyway, and then the cigar for this review is a very special cigar, one that I hold dearly to my heart. It is a Dominican Puro, and it comes from one of my really favorite cigar companies. Although this company is not really that well known, I've done a one previous review for a cigar from this company. So the cigar is from Cuban Stock. Cuban Stock is out of the Dominican Republic, and I said before that this cigar is very special, and it is a Dominican Puro. Today's cigar for review, for this special holiday review, is the Cuban Stock um, Exquisito Limitado, or Cuban Stock EL. Um, it's a very limited run cigar. They don't make a lot of these Cuban stock edición exquisito limitados. It's made with very rare Dominican tobacco, and like I said, that the tobacco made in this cigar is a Dominican puro, meaning the wrapper, the wrapper leaf, the filler, and the binder are all Dominican tobaccos. I've had this particular cigar before. It's a wonderful cigar, very mature cigar, sometimes full of pencil lead and dark earth, sometimes a little bit more woody, a little bit more brown tobacco, but it's usually at least a bit of a combination of both of those things. But sometimes one particular cigar might be more pencil lead and dark earth dominated, and the other one might another cigar from the same box would be more woody or brown tobacco. So yeah, that's the cigar review for tonight. Actually, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm shooting from Baltimore, Maryland. If you don't know me by now, my name is Ray Talabas II. I live in Baltimore, Maryland, or Timonium, Maryland. And so, if this, like I said before, this is the holiday special edition. I'll be discussing holidays such as Halloween pastas. Halloween is my favorite holiday, followed by in November Thanksgiving. December is Christmas and Hanukkah. And in February is New Year's. Actually, New Year's is in January. February is Valentine's Day, and if we can get to it during the spring, would be Easter, Passover, and Ramadan. So this is a special holiday edition. We'll be talking about like festivities and food, and maybe if we have time, cigars that might be fun to smoke during these holidays where we all get together and stuff. Like you all know, I have usually a beverages that I smoke with my cigars. I have the good old water. Let me light a cigarette, Marlboro Red 100. Um, I love tobacco, as you can tell. I used to chew tobacco when I was in high school. At Boys Latin of Maryland. Boys Latin School of Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland. I used to chew tobacco, and right now, I smoke pipes, cigars, and cigarettes. So, I mean, you can tell I love tobacco. So, anyway, so I showed you the water. Water is always good with tobacco. Some good old grape juice. I think this is a high C grape juice. No, it might be Hawaiian Punch grape juice actually. Love the Hawaiian Punch grape juice. Delicious. You have some good old hot tea. This is Earl Grey tea. Oh, I love the Earl Grey tea. I do love green tea too, matcha green tea, and I forget the other green tea that I have. Two green teas. One's matcha, and the other one I think is English. So I guess I don't know. And then I have a little bit of Woodford here. Woodford bourbon, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey from Kentucky. My favorite bourbon by far. Very pure, very, very just, when you drink it, it's just pure, delicious bourbon, you know. And then the other bourbon I'm drinking tonight is a good old Wild Turkey. Wild Turkey from Kentucky, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. I thought that would be appropriate for America. Like at the end of the video, I'll be talking. I'll make a last note concerning the November 8th midterm elections. It's a very important time in America. Um, it's a time where you can make. It's a time where you can vote for what you want America to look like um, in the future for the next 2 years and maybe the next 6 years. But it is a time to put in your input on what America will look like in the future. You know, do you want democracy or do you want chaos? I mean, the Democrats, I mean, for other problems, but they at least protect democracy. They at least protect the democratic way, where people's votes count, and you can't lie about, false, false voting lies. You know what I mean? The uh, the fraud, the mass fraud, voter fraud, the lies that the Republican Party keep perpetuating, to further their political goals. Democracy is all about people voting for elected officials to represent them in government. That's democracy. People's votes for the leaders that they vote for to lead the country. And the Republicans are trying to say, if it doesn't fit what they want, they're going to spread lies about voter fraud. And this has gone up in front of 40 plus courts, whether it be federal or state courts, all the way up to the Supreme Court for the last presidential election, where Republicans were saying that there was mass voter fraud. And there was found not one instance of voter fraud in any of those courts, including the Supreme Court. So it is a time to choose for democracy or chaos. Democrats represent the protection of democracy. Republicans, the RNC said that the January 6th assault on the Capitol was a normal political protest, where multiple policemen were assaulted for hours on end, and a few died. And the RNC, which leads the Republican Party, called the January 6th assault on the Capitol a normal political protest. You tell me what's chaos now. Anyway, maybe that's all I have to say about that, or I might say something at the end of the video. Anyway, it's the holidays, so I don't really want to make this too heavy. So anyway, happy holidays. Good to be back. I hope everyone finds themselves well during these holidays, and I'm hoping for a better new year. God bless. Hey, happy holidays again. Back again for the next portion of the cigar review on the Cuban Stock Exquisito Limitado, or Cuban Stock EL. I forgot to mention that I have one more beverage, alcoholic beverage, that I'll be drinking tonight in this holiday season, in this review. It's the good old American Budweiser King of Beers. Pretty fitting, the Budweiser, um, the great American beer, for a little bit on the topic of the midterm elections of 2022. America's a great country, and we represent freedom. We represent we represent truth and justice and democracy, and that's what America is. And human rights. We don't we don't we don't we don't promote you know disinformation and misinformation and delegitimizing the free press. That's not America. The free press informs us. We don't promote delegitimizing the free press. That's how we get our information. And that's what the Republican Party, that's what Trump tried to do, was delegitimize the free press, saying that it's false news, fake news. That's delegitimizing the free press. And that's not American. That's not American at all. So anyway, I'm gonna get off that. It's the holidays. Drinking the Great American Bud. Cheers, guys. Happy holidays. Anyway, let me put out this Marlboro Red for a second and get on with this review. Again, the subject of this review, it's a special holiday review. We'll be talking about holidays, is the Cuban Stock Exquisito Limitado. It's I would say this is a toro size. It's about I would say this is about 5.5 inches by 52 ring gauge. Seems to have about a Colorado colored wrapper. It's nice. There's some soft spots in this cigar. It's a bit kind of like firm a little bit, but then has some soft spots. I never had a problem with draw on this cigar burn, so hopefully it won't be a problem. Don't really smell anything off the wrapper. Don't really smell anything off the foot. This cigar is about 3 years old, so it's got some age on it. Again, like I said, the Cuban Stock Exquisito Limitado is a Dominican Puro. So I'm going to cut it. Brought multiple lighters. Like I said before, my lighters tend to be temperamental. Excuse me if I might seem a little bit slow, because it is like 3:20 in the morning Eastern Standard Time in Baltimore, Maryland. So it's kind of early. So I'm not making excuses though. All right, here we go. Just light this cigar here. Come on, I tested this later before the review, and it lit. So there we go. All right. A little temperamental. That's okay. I love it. I love all my cigar lighters. So. I haven't done a cigar review in like a year, so I mean I might be a little bit rusty. So forgive me for my rustiness, if you will. Whoa, that was delicious, man. There was tobacco and a little pentoled, a little dark earth, just beautiful, very thick. And that was just a light. I'm going ahead and toasting the edge of the foot. I'm probably the only person who really does this. Temperamental lighter. Might have too much air in it. I toast the edge of the foot just to try to like help the even burn line on the cigar. Temperamental lighter. There we go. All right. Well, the first draw on this cigar was beautiful. It was it was a it was dark earth, pencil lead, and really rich tobacco, brown tobacco. So here we go. Mmm. Wow. Age has done this cigar very well. Age has done this cigar very well. It's very mellow, very heavy, very thick. The body is like medium full right now, but that was the first draw on the cigar. But very very thick, and the flavor was low into full, and the strength was low into full, and that was the first draw on this beautiful cigar, the Cuban Stock Exquisito Limitado. A limited run cigar. I don't know if you can find it anymore. Made from very rare Dominican tobacco, and it being a Dominican Puro. So, mmm, spicy. Wow, that was spicy. That was tobacco. That was pencil lead. That was dark earth. What a beautiful combination. This is a great cigar, man. I mean, like, well, this has got like 3 or 4 years ages on it. So, just beautiful. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to, it has that je ne sais quoi of great cigars. You know what I mean? I think age has mellowed it, and it's just, it's just kind of like voluptuous, but elegant. I mean, it's beautiful with some spiciness. This is a wonderful cigar. Wonderful cigar. 5-star right now. A little mold. I like mold through the retrohale. A little mold there. I love mold through the retrohale. Um, Mold and none of tobacco through the retrohale. Wonderful, just wonderful. Definitely mold. I love mold through the retro health. I don't know why, but I love it. Anyway, so we're talking about holidays. The holidays today is officially November 5th, 2022. Um, 3:30 in the morning. I don't know how you feel about COVID, but I'm hoping COVID goes away. You know what I mean? I'm hoping COVID's going away. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So it's November. October 31st was Halloween, and I had a wonderful Halloween. Um, yeah. Watched a lot of scary movies. Watched Ghostbusters. That was great. And had a jack o' lantern. Had a couple jack o' lanterns. One at the beginning of October and one around Halloween. Had fun carving them and stuff like that. I live in an apartment right now, so I don't have like trick or treaters coming. But I love Halloween. I love the whole spirit of Halloween and everything like that. Like earlier in October, I saw like The Exorcist with some friends, and that was quite an experience. And I saw Ghostbusters with some friends on Halloween, and just a wonderful, wonderful time. I love Halloween. And the next is November, so the next holiday is Thanksgiving, and yeah, Thanksgiving is a wonderful holiday. It's a time for giving thanks to for everything that that we have, um, and that we're thankful for. And it's a time for spending time with family and friends, and it's generally a wonderful day. You might spend some time watching the football, the college football, um, and the NFL. I think NFL has NFL games, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful holiday full of turkey, and stuffing and vegetables and green beans and pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie. But mostly it's family. Thanksgiving is family and being thankful for the wonderful gifts that you were able to have during the year. A great American holiday. I'm not sure if that's celebrated internationally, but they should have Thanksgiving Day, in countries that are interested in such things. What we reserve, fitting for this review. Like I said, I haven't done a review for about a year, and it feels good. Feels good. Great cigar for this review. Wonderful cigar, Cuban Stock Exquisito Limitado. Yeah, this is a great cigar. So the next holiday after Thanksgiving would be Christmas and Hanukkah. I'm not Jewish, so I don't really know the Jewish tradition of Hanukkah other than like the candelabra, and I think it's like 9 days of Hanukkah or something like that. Um, and the dreidel, I know they play dreidel, but I've never really celebrated Hanukkah with my Jewish friends. I was born Catholic though. I'm not a practicing Catholic. I believe in God. I believe in Yahweh. I believe in God, God the Father, the Lord, God the Creator, Yahweh. But I'm not a. I don't really believe in Catholicism or Christianity. But hey, that's what I do. I mean, it's what I do, and it's what I am, and I find too many flaws in the New Testament about Jesus Christ. But that's my deal. That's cool. But I celebrate Christmas because it's a tradition, and many people who aren't Christian celebrate Christmas. Christmas is a wonderful time of year for family again, and giving gifts and celebrating Jesus Christ, the birth of Jesus Christ. And it's a wonderful season. It's a wonderful Christmas. I love the music. I love the atmosphere. I love the time of the year where it might be snowing, you might have a white Christmas. And I love the spirit. And like I said before in a previous review, my favorite Christmas music and my favorite Christmas movie and one of my favorite movies of all time is a Christmas Carol, especially the one with George C. Scott. I just saw that about a week ago. I watch it always during, around the holiday seasons, and it keeps me very grounded, and it makes me appreciate giving. So Christmas is a wonderful spirit, a joyful spirit, and like I said, many non-Christians celebrate Christmas. I actually went out with in college, I went out with a half French, half American girl, and they were atheists. Her father was astrophysicist at Johns Hopkins, and they're atheists, but they celebrated Christmas. She made me a Christmas stocking. So it's I mean, it's a spirit. It's a spirit. Getting off the cigar, the Cuban Stock Exquisito Limitado Toro. Whew. Wow, that is beautiful. That was just like dark earth, brown tobacco, a little bit of brown tobacco to fill in the gaps, and pencil lead. That was beautiful. That's what I'm thinking, because like the last Dominican Puro reviewed was the Trinidad and Santiago, and that was just straight dark earth and pencil lead, and graphite. And this does have this Dominican Puro, which is a Cuban stock, has a lot of dark earth and pencil lead, but this has more tobacco. But it's a very mellow tobacco because this cigar is very much aged. It's like 3 or 4 years old. By the way, I got this Cuban stock from Cigars International. I buy most of my cigars from Cigar International. I sometimes I get it from what is the other one? I get it from another one that's out of Florida. I forget what it's called. I buy it from like 2 or 3 companies off the internet. So it is a wonderful cigar. A great cigar to smoke after about a year that I haven't been making reviews. The cigar is very fitting for this time. As is Budweiser, King of Beers. Crisp, clean, refreshing. Anyway, the cigar is getting a little wavy, although I have been smoking it very inconsistently. I'm gonna we're going into the second third. I'm gonna take a break, smoke the cigar down, and give you some tasting notes. Give you some notes on construction, and I'll be right back with you. God's love. Yay! Ready to love this a second again. Doing my cigar review for the Cuban Stock Exquisito Limitado, which is a Dominican Puro. What a beautiful cigar this is. Smoking during the interim. I'll give you cigar components. The Exquisito Limitado. The body was low and full. The flavor was full, and the strength was low and full to full. Um, the construction, the burn is good. It got a little wavy before, but the burn is straightened out, and the draw is always been full. Um, during the flavor during the interim through the retrohale, for the most part, the mold flavor subsided. Um, I love mold flavor through the retrohale, but unfortunately it subsided. But it came back a little bit towards the end, mixed with tobacco, and through the exhale draw, it was beautiful. Just elegant full draw, and just elegant full smoke with tobacco, um, and pencilette and dark earth interspersed within the smoke. It's the dense smoke, but elegant smoke. Just wonderful. I mean, I really just I love this cigar. I mean, like I said before, this cigar has 3 to 4 years age on it. At the very least, it could have 5. Aging has done this very well. When fresh, the cigar is very strong and very tangy, um, and um, the age has mellowed it out beautifully. And any rough edges that it did have been smoothed out totally. So it's a wonderful cigar. As you can tell, we're into the second third. Just beautiful. I can't ask any more from this beautiful Cuban stock. Anyway, so like we're gonna go on to the holidays again. Speaking of holidays, after Christmas and Hanukkah is New Year's. New Year's is another wonderful time to spend with family and friends. Um, it tends to be New Year's Eve where we all get together from say around 7 o'clock in the evening until after midnight. A lot of drinking, a lot of smoking, a lot of even cigars. I mean, if you were to ask me the cigar to smoke during New Year's, it would be either a Davidoff, a Padron, or a Opus X, being in a non-Cuban access country. I mean, if you were in like Europe or Cuba or Asia, maybe you would smoke a Cohiba, a Monte, maybe a Bellicoso Fino, Romeo and Julieta. But being from America, I would tend to go high end for New Year's, whatever you consider high end. Um, those are followed by Valentine's. On February after New Year's would be Valentine's in February. Valentine's is a beautiful time for people who love, and it can be romantic. It could be friendly. It could be the beginning of something, or it could be in the middle of something. It could be whatever you choose to make it. And I think the epitome of a great Valentine cigar would be Romeo and Julieta. Whether you live in America, Cuba, Europe, or Asia or wherever you live, you know, Middle East, Far East, Southeast, depending on what you can get, which Romeo and Juliet is available to you. I think Romeo and Juliet would be appropriate for the Valentine's holiday. So, anyway. Man, some dense smoke. Dense, but elegant. And that was mellow tobacco and pentalatin dark earth interspersed in a very elegant dense smoke. Just beautiful. So what's your favorite holiday? I mean, like my favorite holiday is Halloween. I just love the spirit. And I love jack-o'-lanterns, bats, cats, black cats, you know, werewolves, you know, I mean, it can be funny, you know what I mean? It's like scary with funny, and fun. So, the kids love it, you know, and adults can have fun, you know, Halloween parties. It's just a fun spirited season, holiday. You know, Christmas is very close. I love Christmas very much. Thanksgiving is beautiful. You know, Easter is very beautiful. You know, I'm sure Hanukkah, Passover, Ramadan, you know, all these holidays are just. I'm sure people appreciate them very much. Just beautiful. It's just charcoal, mellow brown tobacco, and dark earth interspersed in a very dense smoke that's very elegant. That is the Cuban Stock Exquisito Limitado. Toro. Anyway, I'm gonna take a break. Smoke this Cuban Stock into the last third, and I'll give you. I'll take a break. Happy holidays, guys. God's love. Hey, back again. Um, this is the again the cigar review for the very special Dominican Puro Cuban Stock Exquisito Limitado. Gonna have a little bit of tea, a little bit of water, a little bit of grape juice, and as I said before, the last alcohol for today is the good old Wild Turkey, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Kentucky out of Kentucky, Kentucky Bourbon. Just a little bit. Love the old Wild Turkey. I believe one of the I think it wasn't Thomas Jefferson, I believe, wanted the turkey to be the national national bird of America, or national but anyways, he wanted the turkey to be the national bird of America. And so it's fitting that in America, during these elections and the midterm elections, that I'll be drinking the wild turkey, which is the turkey that Thomas Jefferson wanted to have as the national bird of America, instead of the bald eagle. Oh, that is so beautiful. Um, yeah, I believe it was Thomas Jefferson. Anyway, smoking the old Cuban stock. Just beautiful. I mean, to sum up my experience with the Cuban stock, Exquisito Limitado, the construction is beautiful. It got wavy in the beginning, but now the burn is evened out, and the draw has always been very full. Cigar components being body is full, flavor is full, and strength is full. Just a very full cigar, but with a lot of elegance. It's beautiful. I mean, it's a very well aged cigar, and age has treated this Cuban stock very well. Just beautiful. Just full, mellow tobacco mixed with tantalite and dark earth. Just delicious. So if you're wondering what my recommendation for this cigar is, it's 5 out of 5 stars without equivocation. 5 out of 5 stars. It doesn't get much better than this. Just beautiful. So the last holidays of the hot winter and spring would be Easter, Passover, and Ramadan. And if you are smoking cigars during these holidays, I would suggest Opus X. You should go for the best. Opus X, maybe Davidoff, maybe a very nice My Father, maybe a very nice Ashton. Whatever you think is super premium would be appropriate, I believe. If you live in Cuban allowable countries, Cuban cigar allowable countries, I would say maybe a good old Cohiba, Monte Cristo, Boulevard, Romeo and Julieta, whatever. I mean, you guys smoke what you want to smoke. You know, these are just suggestions I don't make. Like I said, my recommendation for this beautiful Cuban stock Exquisito Limitado is 5 out of 5 stars. Doesn't get better than that. A classic. I mean, this is a great cigar. But, I have to preface that by saying that this has 4 to 5 years age on it. And age usually makes cigars better. And age has treated this particular Cuban stock very well. So that's it. One last addendum. During this midterm elections of 2022, vote for what you want the country to look like. If you want a country that values democracy and the American way, that's a Democratic Party with all its flaws. If you want chaos, a party that says that the January 6th insurrection and assault on the Capitol was just a normal political protest, that's the leadership of the Republican Party. So you make a choice what you want this country to look like. The American way or chaos. Anyway, God's love. Let me end this review. The way I usually end this review. I wish you all only the best. Good health, good wealth, good fortune, good friends, and most of all, family. God's love. Take care.